All right, everybody, welcome back to some MLE action. Week 1 of League Play. My name is Hunted. With me is Classy. We so classy, I gotta say, that was some fantastic Rocket League we just watched with you and Squid. Your microphone muted, sir? I can't hear you at all.
Hey,
there we go. Okay, we're back.
I was just about to say what a great match that we had previously versus the Ducks and the Foxes. First match this Saturday in the Champions League, and we're about to see another one coming up. What's our schedule look like?
You mean what is our next match upcoming?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got the Hawks and Express, and then immediately after this will be Comets and Spartans. So that will be a Premier League match between those two teams, so please do stick around for that. But now that we've got the audio working and we are all settled in, looks like the teams are in the server, let me go ahead and introduce the map we're going to be playing on for you guys. It is DFH Stormy. Check out this awesome video. All right, everybody, we are getting into the game. The teams are joining the server. Or they're in the server already, but they are in the match now. It is game 1 between the Express and the Hawks. Both of these teams definitely want to start the season off with a bang. Certainly want to get this first win under their belts. Tension's going to throw that on goal. Pops clearing that away. Nice and easy. Now Shackles trying to get a touch, but Manatee's going to follow that up. Tension has to clear that one into the corner. It looks like the Express already showing a good bit of pressure. Manatee almost getting that second touch. Couldn't quite find it, though. Now Pops popping it away. And Manatee's going to beat the defense. That's going to be the first goal on the board for the Express.
Man, Manatee's really pushing that red side of the field. I'd say cut a rotation just a bit, but it looks like it's paying off for them. Catching Hawks off guard, not thinking he would be in that place at that time. Traps it perfectly, hammers it home with the Hawks defense hot on his tail. It doesn't matter. Express take the first goal.
1-0, 4:20 to go. Express, as you said, first goal of the game, first goal of the series. Always an important one, and their Hawks are looking for a response, but not the greatest touch from Tension. Can't find the back of the net with that one. Now Shackles towards the net. Pops is there to clear it into his own corner. There's Tension to clear that one back across. Manatee looking for a touch. Just going to take a moment. He's going to challenge Tension. This gives Pops a chance to play it down the field. Around Tension. Now Shackles has to clear it away. So the defenses from both teams not really having to work too hard. It just seems like they're respecting each other right now.
Yeah, at this point it looked like Express got the first goal that they were looking for. And for them, I suppose that's all they need if they can keep this defense a brick wall as they have so far. Ooh. Good saves coming out from Pops right there, keeping this a 1-0 game.
Now Shackles all the way across the pitch, man. If he's going to challenge him, this could be an opportunity for Pops. He's going to go up high with that. It's going to come off the backboard. But Manatee can't find the follow-up. He's still here, though. Gets it around one. Doesn't have any more boost to try to challenge us any further. So he will kind of stick around. I would have liked to see him rotate back a bit faster, but it's not going to matter as they do get the ball back on the Hawks half. Now Tension in that fancy red car, playing the ball into the Express. But Pops wants to put his team up by 2, just about halfway. A little over, a little less than halfway, I should say. But Manatee putting a touch towards the goal. Here comes Shackles to clear it away. He will. No problems there. Has to be quick, though, if he wants to beat Pops to the ball. Actually, Pops overshoots that one just a bit. So will wind up in the Express corner. Anyway, Shackles gets a big demo on Manatee, and Pops has to follow it up. Huge save there. Great awareness from Pops.
I don't know how he saw through that cloud of demolition, but Pops somehow able to clear that. Very good clear, especially now that offense is trying to make something happen, maybe make it 2-0.
Shackles rotating back one-on-one against Pops. Pops with a good challenge on him there. Will pick up the boost along the sidewall. He's got a lot of boost and a big opportunity. Getting it the second touch. He won't find it, but Manatee is here. Doesn't have a lot of angle to work with, though, and that's going to be a clear ball from the Hawks. And it seems like the Express are setting up some shots. Like this one, they just can't seem to find the finish. They're not pressuring it quite enough to get the ball in the net.
Express, for them at least, that's not, I don't think exactly what they're looking for. Just hitting it on net just like those. Not the greatest placed, not the most powerful, but making Hawks make those saves, keeping the ball in the opponent's half, is just burning time for the clock, and since they have the lead, that's all they care about.
Certainly the time factor, of course, an issue, but I do like your point of really making the Hawks work to make the saves. Getting them low on boost, it actually kind of stifles their counterattack in a way. So the aggressive offense not allowing the Hawks to attack the way they want to, and it's showing. Manatee with another touch, another shot on goal for him. He's already got 5 in this game. And I just realized he has the train boost sound, but it's not going to matter as Shackles is going to follow up the touch from his teammate. It's 1-1.
Ooh, Manatee, I was thinking he had a pinch in mind, especially going the other way, but instead just stalled it. And then the pass from Shackles' teammates right to him. He puts it home. With the last minute, that was about the last straw almost for Hawks to score, and they follow through. Now it's tied up. Seeing some offense from both teams. Who's going to get the better of the other? Well,
Manatee's there. Oh. I'm surprised he didn't just shoot it. He had an open goal, especially puts that far post. But it's still tied 1-1, 35 seconds now. Hawks in the Express area. The ball's cleared all the way down. Tension, that's not the greatest touch. Shackles has to come across. Manatee wasn't even trying for that. I'm surprised. Maybe he was caught off guard by the touch from Tension, but man, we are still tied. 15 seconds to go. It seems like this game could have been 5-5 at this point. But we are 1-1. Shackles trying to clear it away. He'll keep it out of range for Manatee for now, but Manatee gets to the ball before the end of the regular time, but that ball hit the ground. So we are going to overtime. 1-1, game 1 between these two teams. Already some close Rocket League.
I love this. Both teams showing what they got, showing they got offense and defense on both sides of the field. Really well-rounded, but a good start for the series for both of them. The question is, who can finish it off? Get that final sudden death goal.
There
it's
it
gonna
is.
Be Express pops. It's passing it centered to his teammate Manatee, beating out the Hawks defender net. Beautiful upside down shot from there, and it's not going to cost Pops after that missed goal right before overtime. Express take the win.
Yeah, only 15 seconds into overtime was that one. Some great Rocket League from both of these teams, of course, but a 1-0 lead for the Express. As we move back to the caster cams. Now, I will say it seems like it was the Express. I was going to mention it when we first went into overtime that the Express had the lead. I was just afraid of cursing the game for them, so I was waiting till the end. But it seemed like the Express really were the team on top for just about the whole thick of it.
Oh, yeah, they were in charge, especially on offense for most of the game. We saw them quite commanding, keeping possession of the ball, putting those hard shots on net, making Hawks make those saves, and Hawks not actually finding the back of the net till the final minute. So even though it did look fairly close, Express seemed to be in control most of the time. They're going to carry that momentum into Game 2. Let's see if they can do just that.
Now, Manatee wants to play that one. He will get the touch past Shackles, chasing him all the way back down to his own end. Shackles trying to get it around Pops. Pops not having any of it. And here comes Manatee. Oh my goodness, what a save from Shackles. I didn't think he had any angle on that, but he makes the save, and we are still scoreless. 4:25 to go in game number 2. Shackles popping that up. Here comes Tension. Pops there so quick to the ball, but not the greatest touch, and Shackles is going to score the first one of the game.
Ooh, this is good. Hawks actually finding a bit more offense than they did in game 1. Great save, at least from one of the players by Pop, but it happens to pop it right to the other one. Not what you want, especially when your teammate Manatee isn't back to help you defend. Last man in net at that point, he's just got to get on top of it and put it on net. He does just that. And now Hawks is up 1-0.
Manatee keeps missing touches like that. It may be more very soon. But we can't think about that right now as Pops is playing that one down in front of the goal. And I do have to just say, while the Hawks take this into the Express area, I have to say I really do love the creativity from the players in their style choices for the teams. You know, pretty much all of these players didn't get to pick which team they were on. And when you get drafted, you know, you're there for the team, but they really love to roll with it. The train sounds and the train hats and everything, it really just kind of adds to the whole experience, in my opinion. I really love that the players get into it like they do. Here comes Pops, wants to make it a 2-goal game, looking for Manatee. Manatee off the ceiling. That ball's not going to get touched by Tension, but no follow-up from the Express until now. That's up for Pops. Pops gets the touch and does goal to tie it up. Beautiful from Pops.
Ooh, man, this aerial action, a little bit sideways. The Shackles in net, clearing that right into the defender, and then that angle right there. The defender net, not ready for it. Pops coming on top of it. Wasn't even that powerful, but the accuracy, stopping it and putting it on net's all that was needed in that case. And now we're tied up once again, but this time with 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can get a bit more offense going in this game.
Yeah, offense certainly the key for both of these teams. We saw it coming out from the Express in last game. Good amount of pressure, not a lot of goals though. But still, very, very low scoring affair. A little different than your series with Squid earlier, where we had a low scoring game 1 and then kind of an explosive 2 and 3, if I remember correctly. Looks like defense is going to be the key for both of these teams. Tension misses that ball. This gives Pops an opportunity to face down Shackles, and he's going to score. Beautiful again from Pops.
Oh, Tension looks like a ghost hit right there. It flips away from the ball. Not what he wanted to do. Probably something with the joystick. But regardless, Pops is there. Wanted the 50-50. Instead got something even better. An open net he stared at and hammered it home. And now 2 unanswered. Express take the lead as we approach halftime.
2-1 indeed. 2:20 to go in this one. The Express do have a 1-game lead, so can really start to put the screws to the Hawks if they can win this one. Take a commanding 2-0 lead in this 5-game series. Now Pops trying to get that around Tension. Tension will make the touch. It's going to go way up high for Manatee to touch down. Right to Pops. Good team play there. That's something I wanted to see out of these two. It didn't seem like Pops and Manatee were clicking so much earlier on, but looks like they've started back up with the team play now. Tension and Shackles. I guess I have the same criticism for them as well, but mainly it's just been they haven't been able to get out of their own zone for most of the game. The ball way up high. Shackles clearing it down. Here comes Pops to throw it back to the Hawks corner. Manatee, oh my god, he read that so perfectly, but he just misses the touch. That was beautiful from Manatee. If he would have got that touch, it would have almost certainly have been a play of the week highlight. But just off the mark from Manatee. Now Shackles, one-on-one against Pops, trying to tie this game up. Gonna flick it, but Manatee's there, taking the touch away from Pops. This could be dangerous as that's a double commit. Now Tension, what's he gonna do with this ball? Nothing, as Pops comes over the top to make the play. And he's got an opportunity now just across the box, as Tension goes up the wall to clear that one down. Won't find the second touch. 45 seconds to go. Looks like the Express on their way to a Game 2 victory as well.
Yeah, with 40 seconds left. Hawks are going to have to make some serious changes. Same scoreline right now as it was in the previous one, how it ended, and that's how Express would like it. Maybe even add another one to it, but with 30 seconds left, Hawks has got to get some offense going, and we haven't seen any of it in the past 2 minutes.
Now Pops along the wall. Tension fighting it back, wasting a little bit of time up on that high wall just to throw it to the Express. But the ball clearing out of the zone now. 5 seconds to go. The Hawks need to keep this one in the air if they want to have a chance to send us into overtime yet again. In this series, Tension, not the greatest touch, and that is going to fall, and that is going to do it for this game. The Express take a 2-0 series lead.
Once again, very close. Same scoreline as the previous one. Express taking both of them. But it seemed like Hawks came out a bit differently, especially at the beginning of the game. They obviously scored first to their offense. They figured a bit something out that they did in the first game, but it didn't seem like they carried that same things that they learned from the first game into the rest of it. After the first minute, it seems like Express kind of sort of took over, scored those two, and maintained the lead. It seems the kind of play that Express goes for is push that offense, get Hawks on their back heels, and then at that point, don't overextend, because they've seen a lot of teams, especially in this league, maybe do that a few more times. Don't make that mistake, and then let Hawks do what they want to do. Try to maintain possession, ghost those balls very well. But most importantly, keep it out of your own net. Keep that lead, and in this case, defenses win both games. Let's see if they can make it 3 and take the whole series.
Now, my point would be for the Hawks is that they seem to be throwing themselves against the back wall or into the corners of the Express and never really finding the greatest touches out of the corners. I would like to see a bit more infield passing or just something. Get creative, try some air dribbles or something to try to throw off the defense of the Express, just to try to generate some more chances. As we get into Game 3, the Hawks certainly need those chances if they want to come back in this series. And Shackles trying to do that now. But Pops has other ideas. That's going to fall down towards the goal, but Shackles there to clear that one away. In Hawks corner now. Booming clear from Shackles. Beautiful touch there from him. This is going to put some pressure on the Pops as he's looking for Manatee, and Manatee's going to have a booming clear of his own. That's going to chase tension all the way back. Now Pops popping this one up. Shackles, one touch. Can't find the other one on Manatee. Manatee's going to get a demo, but Pops, no follow-up on that. To the ball. Floating around in mid now, Manatee. Off the sidewall, and again, the pressure from the Express really having its effect on the boost level of the Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks are definitely going to have to figure something out here. Change it up, because what they've been doing so far hasn't been working against the Hawks defense. It's been held strong, especially in this first minute. No one getting a score, but especially all this offense is coming out from Express. Maybe get a bit more cherry picking plays, catch them off guard is something I think that they should try. But the big thing is being more intentional with your possession. You don't get it very often, especially against Express. So you need to make those count and not give it up so easily.
Still looking for the first goal of the series. Pops has a chance. It's high off the back wall. Can't get the bump onto Shackles. So this is going to cause Manatee to pause. He will get the shot, though. Tension is there to clear it away. This is a good opportunity for Shackles. That's a double commit. This could be really, really, really dangerous for the Hawks, as Pops going to walk this one home. First goal of the game to the Express.
I wanted them to try something different, but double commit was not what I had in mind. That one was high off the backboard, and both of them hoping to get the double touch. But in this case, neither of them getting a touch on it, and with Pops, both of the defenders that should be in front of him are now behind him. He just walks it in, as you said, and now at the 2-minute mark, Express take the lead once again. Pops
walking through like that was an Express pickup line. I've been saving that one. Oh my God, what a bump from good. Pops! Are you serious? That was a huge defensive play. I don't know if you caught that, but Pops pushing Shackles out of the front of the net to make the save for his team. The things you can do off the ball. Beautiful from Pops to keep this a 1-goal game in favor of the Express. But now the Hawks. Oh, that's a good pass. Tension needs to turn around and play this one. He can't quite get the touch off the wall. So this is going to give Manatee a chance to bring this one out. Tension. Downward to Pops. Now, Tension once more. Rotating back. Here comes Manatee, going to put the ball into play into the Hawks territory, but that's a great challenge from Shackles. Now Tension up. This is going to pop down to Manatee, who makes a good challenge onto Shackles, giving Pops the opportunity to clear the ball away. And the Express defense is really strong right now.
My goodness, keeping it at a 1-0 is very hard to do, but we saw just a bunch of opportunities for the Hawks to score, but Express not letting that happen. They're going to want to burn this clock. The clock's not going fast enough for them, and Hawks actually getting a bit more offense than we've seen, but still haven't broken that brick wall. What can they do differently?
Well, they could put the ball in the goal for starters, I think.
They got it halfway in the goal.
They did get it halfway in the goal, but Pops, being Pops, said no sir to that. Now Manatee still putting the pressure on to the Hawks half, and this is really a must-win game for the Hawks. I mean, obviously they will lose the series, but to go down 3 is a good recipe for losing all 5, and that's certainly not how you want to start your season. So we'll see what Tension can do with this to try to put his team on the board. So Manatee's going to clear that one away over the head of Shackles. This is going to chase Tension all the way back. Doesn't get the touch on it, and Howe has to take it a little bit slower. Can't get the touch on that one either, and this is just going to sit there for Shackles. A lot of wasted time there. That was probably 10 seconds in total from Tension that they could have been on the attack, but now 35 seconds to go. Manatee killing this ball in his own corner. Tension will get the touch. Pops has to make the play, and here comes Manatee to clear that one away. 25 seconds remaining now. Manatee, good touch. This has to be saved. It will by Shackles. That was a double touch or a double commit. And now the Hawks, not a lot of boost for their almost pretty much their final, if not soon to be final attack. Manatee, 10 seconds to go. They've got one more opportunity, and again, they need to keep the ball in the air if they want to send this to overtime. They won't be able to do it, and that's how game 1 ends, with the Express winning another 1-0 game.
My goodness, every one of these games from game 1, 2, and 3 have been a 1-goal deficit. Both teams fairly close, but in each case, it seemed as though Express was in control most of the time. Hawks having a bit more opportunities in that game than I would say in the previous 2, but still it didn't pan out into anything. In that case, they got shut out, a 1-0 in favor of Express. But specifically, I want to go back to that goal, or a soon-to-be goal, what we thought was going to be one, halfway in the net, was going to be the tying goal for the Hawks, and then Pops with the 200 IQ play. Instead of going for the ball, trying to clear it out of his own box, goes for the bump on the offender, makes it the case where there's no one to follow it up. The ball's just going to sit there on that half and then wait for his teammate to come clear it out. That's just what happened, and that's the whole reason they won that game, kept it at 1-0, and didn't go into overtime.
Yep, it just seems like the Hawks can't find the back of the net no matter what they do. Again, I'm going to harp on this a little bit. I really do think if they can get some more unique plays, I mean, it's obviously not working. The backboard defense from Pops especially, but also Manatee, both players from the Express, is just so good right now that it's hard for them to find these plays. It seems like they're relying on them so much. I don't think there's been one infield pass between these 2 players since we've started this this series. I would really love to see them try to break that out to break this Express defense. So now Pops and Manatee in game 4 want to continue their defensive standards, certainly. Only given up, I think it's 1 goal, right? 1 goal throughout the first 3 games have the Express given up.
2, I believe.
Oh, 2.
Was a 1-2, 1-2, and then an 0-1, all by Express. But yes, not a lot of offensive action from Hawks, and right there, offensive action from Express, exactly what they wanted. A lot sooner than most games in this case, but all because of a missed touch there by Tension, and happened to be powerful enough to even be a pass out to Pops. Unfortunate on the side of Hawks, and Express is going to take another one in game 4.
1-0, 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this game 4. Shackles pushing that down into the Express zone. He's going to try to go up off the wall. Pops is going to pop it over top of him, and Manatee couldn't get the touch. I thought he had it. And that's going to stay out of the net for now. Now the Hawks on the counterattack with boost is Shackles off the corner wall, and there it is again. Just ramming the ball into the corner is not working for the Hawks. They really need to change up this offensive attack. And Pops able to clear it away almost every time. There's a pass, and there's a goal. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go.
My goodness, this is exactly what you mean. I mean, attention, not sure intentional or not. Regardless, Shackles was right there. That was an amazing pass. And Shackles had to put it on net, put it top of the bar. My goodness, that shot had power and accuracy on it. It's the infield passing plays you mentioned at the beginning of the game, and then the story was written. There's like, yeah, we do need to work on those. That's exactly what they did. Express hasn't seen that all day, and it catches them off guard. Now we got a tie game in the first minute and a half, and Hawks see signs of life.
That they do, but they got to be back in time to save this one, and there is no being back in time as Manatee's going to put one on the board for the Express.
Ooh, this answer directly back 30 seconds later. This is just defensive rotation, a bit too wide for the Hawks. Overcommitting once again. We've seen them do it a few times. Not what we like to see. Express taking advantage in this case. And now the 2-1 lead, like we've seen 2 other times. This is the third, and Express's only hope in this case is to keep it that way.
Oh, now Manatee throwing it towards the net. Shackles clearing this one away. Pops over top of one. Can't get past Tension. The ball into the Hawks corner now. Manatee looking for the play. Won't find it as Tension is there to clear it away. Shackles wants to challenge Pops. Is a bit late to that one, though, as Tension's there to kick the ball back down the field. That's a good bump from Shackles. It's going to force Manatee into an awkward spot. He's going to try to play it over to Pops. This one's right in the middle. But Tension, the first one to get there, no angle towards the net. That's a good pass, but Pops cutting that off. And there we go again. Now the Hawks with another passing play attempt, although this one could end poorly for them. No, good play from Shackles. But it's much better now from the Hawks with these passing plays mixed in. But there's Pops to pop it over and score.
Yeah, it seemed like Hawks actually, instead of playing into the corner, was trying to go for an infield pass just like they did in the previous one. But now on the counterattack, caught off guard once again. Express. That transition so much more fluid, so much more ready to change to that offense, and taking advantage of the Hawks. Not ready for it. And now at halftime, we actually have a 2-goal lead. This is surprising. Never seen this before.
Nope, not in this series anyway. As Pops tries to pass it to Manatee, wants that 3-goal lead, I'm sure. Perhaps this is the game where the offense starts to break open for the Express. And there's Manatee with yet another goal. 3-goal lead now.
Man, this is the kickoff goal, as we would say. Everyone's not in rotation. The places that they should be. Both Hawks defenders or offenders is the middle of the field, right next to each other. Not a good 50-50 right on their own net. No defender back. That's 2s for you. You win some, you lose some. But in this case, the Hawks have lost 4, and they can't afford to lose much more.
So Pops now looking for Manatee. Will find him across the mid, and just missed by Manatee. Almost another goal for the Express. The Hawks have to clear it away. Tension can't challenge Pops. Pops right back into Shackles, who's caught a bit off guard by that, and this gives Manatee a good shot. Shackles can't find the save, and that's another for Manatee.
Man, Shackles got the first save, popped it to the sidebar, and then decided to go on the sidewall, come down from the bar, but half wheels hanging on, half hanging off. If you jump off that, you're going to flip. Couldn't get to the ball in time. And now we see a 5-1, maybe even a Brazil opportunity. We didn't see it last series, but this maybe Express looks very commanding on the offensive side of the field.
That they do. I believe Manatee has his hat trick in this game. This is much different than the past 3 games we watched between these two teams. Granted, the Express, we expected them to be leading in this game for the majority of it, but not by this much. As the Hawks defense folding a little bit in game 4. It's not over quite yet. Minute 15 to go. This is a good play from Tension. No follow-up, though, as Pops is able to clear that one away from free, and Manatee going to get a touch now. One more for him. Here comes Pops. Can he score again? No, as Tension is there to close the door on him. Now pass back towards the middle. Shackles will collect it and challenge Pops. This could be an opportunity for Shackles. It's going to go a little high. Tension is there to follow it up. Can't find the angle, just off the post. And Pops in transition now, one-on-one against Shackles. But cleared away by him. Manatee now flicking that one towards the goal. Tension. Awkward touch, but Shackles there to clean it up. Now Pops won't be able to find that. 30 seconds to go. 5-1 in favor of the Express in game 4. Looks like they will take this one and be up 4-0 in the series. One more game away from taking the sweep, and just looks like the Express, and Pops almost gets another beautiful goal. Won't find it. 15 seconds to go. The Express really in control now.
Yeah, it seemed like the Hawks maybe were changing some things on the offense as we saw those infield passing plays, meaning a lot more for them, even resulting in a goal in the first part of the game. They're throwing it into the sidewalls and into the corners a lot less often, which is exactly what I wanted to see, and they're changing up a little bit from the previous games. But what I also saw change was the Hawks' defense. They focused so much on the offense and pushing those unexpected plays from Express that they didn't focus on getting back in time, and then Express capitalized on them multiple times, a lot of open goals. But it's just that transition that Express is mastering much better than the Hawks are. Hawks got to find something on defense now, as well as offense. They figured out a way to score. Now they got to find a way to keep it out of their own net.
Yep, both of these teams fighting for control in this first series of the season. And certainly the Express happy with how they are playing right now. 4-0 series lead as we go into Game 5. But for the Hawks, it's not all doom and gloom. There's definitely been some glimpses of greatness from both of these players. Once they started getting that team play going, we saw them score that first goal with a nice pass between both players. I think it was Shackles who had the goal off of a pass from Tension. And if they can follow that up, maybe not tonight, maybe tonight's just not their night, but if they can build on that momentum and build on that team play as we continue through the rest of the season, they can potentially give themselves a good shot at making the playoffs and continuing their Rocket League into the postseason in this season number 8 of MLE. But it looks like the players getting into the server now, almost ready for Game 5. Yes, we are going to throw it over to Game 5 in Classy. We've seen 4 good games from these teams. Obviously, the Hawks, not quite what they want, but the Express really seem to have picked it up in the past 2 games or so.
Most definitely. The Hawks, we talked a lot about them, things that they need to change and things that they've improved on, but it's all comes back to being an intentional with your possession and what you have, having the ball in these cases and knowing what you want to do with it, whether it's a pass or to flick it, always having a place to put it. And in that case, Tension, I don't even know if he expected that pitch to go that well, but setting up those passes and then every, not just shot, but also play on the ball needs to be where you want it. That accuracy is really coming through for Express.
Shackles popping that on goal now. I think this is a pretty important first goal for the Hawks if they can find it. Manatee will shut down the challenge from Shackles. Now Tension back in his own half. Has to play this one, won't get the touch on it. This could give Pops an opportunity. He's going to try to go off the back wall, but Shackles is there to clear it away and get it out of his zone entirely. But Manatee here to touch the ball down, get that over Tension, and this could be an opportunity for the Express. Off the corner, there's Tension to clear that one away. Not enough boost for Manatee. One-on-one against Pops is Tension. Quick shot on net. Pops no problems with that one. Shackles won't find the touch. This is scary now. Although that was almost a double commit from the Express. Just not on goal. Not quite what you want to do when you're in that situation. Now, Shackles putting it into the Express corner. Tension with a follow-up touch, but this is going to be Manatee looking for a play out of his own zone. Pops and Shackles meeting there. Now it is Hawks and Express week as Pops tries to put that on goal just off the post. Manatee's trying to follow it up. One touch, another touch, just off the mark. Also, I don't think that was going in, but a touch, I believe that was Tension in net to kick it to the side for sure, but really close for Manatee. Now Shackles has to go up and make that play, and now it's the defense of the Hawks really starting to shine. As Shackles makes another huge save. What's going on, Classy?
That was off the bar. It looked like it was going to go down. And all these shots on net, it seems like there's no one back. And all of a sudden, a red player comes out of nowhere to make the save. Halftime, and all these opportunities aren't coming out to fruition for Express. Hawks breathing a sigh of relief every single time. Question is, can they get their offense started?
So many saves, so many good touches on the defense from the Hawks. Can they turn this into a goal to take the game lead? Shackles opting not to go for that, and Pops misses entirely. And now everybody's bumping into Shackles. But Pops clearing that one down the pitch. He's got another touch lined up, but didn't have the boost for it. Now Manatee with another one. Shackles going to challenge him pretty early. Pops still has no boost. Tension has to go one-on-one with Manatee. It's going to fly right back to Tension, but he can't get up in time. And it's going to pop all the way back down the field. Now Shackles a good touch over top of Manatee. 1:40 to go, 0-0 in this game. Shackles looking for Tension. Can't find him. It's still there, though. Shackles one more touch, and he scores.
There we go. Those passes played. This one off the corner, but no one challenged him in the corner. And in that case, the double commit on the side of Express is the reason that one got scored. That 50-50 quite lucky in favor of the Hawks. Shackles there to clean it up right on the goal line. Pushes it home. And after all this offensive pressure from Express, Hawks is the first one who takes the goal. Very surprising.
Now Pops trying to push this one to overtime if possible. I'm sure they would love a 5-game sweep if they are able to manage it, but the Hawks just seems like they're playing much better in their defensive zone this game. As I say that, Pops is going to score, though, to tie it up.
I wonder if this is how he got his name. I mean, great pass from Manatee out to the top of the key, but pops it, fakes out the defender. What a play, and then hammers it to the top 90 on the right side. Beautiful play, both from Manatee to the pass out, and then Pops schooling both defenders. And now it's tied back up. Very quick answer for Express and exactly what they were looking for.
So the Express and the Hawks meeting up for week 1 of MLE Season 8. Manatee might have an opportunity with this one. Actually, that's just going to go straight in. Manatee with a goal to put his team on top.
Oh, man, this pass, good idea. Infield pass, not waiting to come off the wall. What we wanted to see from the Hawks. But in that case, read too well by Manatee. Cleared it all the way back. In twos, if you have one person passing, the other one trying to receive it, and you don't get it to your teammate, then there is no one back. There is no third man, and that's an open net for Express to shoot at.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by that goal. Hawks and the Express playing this week. This is Champions League, but the Academy League and Foundation League teams also playing later on. I believe they're both playing tomorrow, one at 5 and one at 6. So this is the first matchup between these two teams this week. Right now, the Express all over the Hawks. They've got 20 seconds, though. Shackles right into Pops. That's a great challenge. Now, Manatee's going to clear it away. This is going to waste so much time for the Express. Tension's going to try to pop that around Manatee, but Pops is there. Now the ball careening towards mid. Here comes Tension to play it over top of one. They've got 5 seconds. That's going to bounce right up to Shackles, and he can't get the touch on the net. 0 seconds now. They need to keep the ball in the air if they want to have a chance. Tension with a good touch. That's way up in the air. Shackles needs to follow this up. Not going to find it, and the Express are going to take all 5 games.
Man, Express with the full-on sweep of 5-0 series. Not all of them blowouts. The fourth game was the big blowout, but the other 4, my goodness, 1 goal deficits seems fairly close. And Hawks, a lot of things they need to work on. It seemed like they progressed quite a bit throughout those series, but something in Game 5 that we wanted to see from them previously is a lot more of those infield passes. A lot of times we see them just bang it into the back wall, and that can be good for setting up passing plays, but with Express on that back wall, ready to defend it, that's just going to end up in a clear and then a counterattack for the blue team. So the Hawks not ending up getting with that win, even though they did score first. Heartbreaker, I'd say, especially with a 5-0, something they're going to want to look forward to coming up later on in these next few weeks.
Well, you could say that the Express ran over the Hawks like a train in this series, and they will take the 5-0 series victory. Congratulations to the Express for their win, and GG's to both teams. But that's not all the Rocket League we have for you tonight. There's one more series. The Comets and the Spartans of the Premier League will be back in just a moment. But that's it for me, and I think that's it for you, Classy. Squid and Snipagus will be coming in to give you the call for that one. So everybody have a great evening. Classy, would you like to say anything before you leave for the night, sir?
GG's well played.
There you have it, folks. Anyway, don't go anywhere. We will bring you some great Rocket League action here on MLE in just a few moments. Keep it here.